it's me, Hip to Be Square, coming to you live to do a video for you guys today. Yay! So, today's nature of this video is going to be discussing and talking about Dave Ramsey. If you don't know what Dave Ramsey is, it is a tool people use to help them budget their money and save for the future. Okay, let's dive on in. So I recently got back into Dave Ramsey. I started it 2019 last year, like literally the end of last year. December 30th, December 30th, 2019 is when I went to the bank, got the first Dave Ramsey set up, and then started it. I did not know 2020 was going to be like this, or I would have continued to do Dave Ramsey. But 2020 kind of started out, hit the gate running crazy, and so I just fell apart. It just really fell apart for me. But I am getting back into it now as the somewhat, I guess I should say, new year for me is restarting up. Work getting ready to start again. So I figured I'll give Dave Ramsey another shot. So let's dive on into what I think Dave Ramsey is and what I know about Dave Ramsey. So I know Dave Ramsey is a budget saving tool. It involves cash. It involves, some people do zero budgeting. I will discuss that in a little bit. And some people do like half and half. I'm going to be more of the half and half, and I'll explain why. Okay, so when I first started Dave Ramsey, I happened to be looking up something on YouTube, because when I was on Instagram, I got in their like feed where it's the what is it called, like the popular feed, something that popped up about doing this like budget challenge where you have envelopes from like 1 to 50, and you put the amount of the envelope in the envelope, like you pick two and you put the amount in there, and then by the end of the year you took like $1,250 or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Yeah, woo, let's try it. So I started that little thing. Let me just tell you, I lasted a little bit of a while. I got to about $100, and it was like I was remembering to do it, but not remembering to do it, and so it was very hard. Like knowing that I was getting up to the higher numbers, having to pull a 40 or a 50. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh. So as I was looking at that, I happened to go onto YouTube to see if I could find like a video about it or see if someone's actually done it. And as I was scrolling through the YouTube feed for this video, I happened to fall upon Dave Ramsey, cash flow stuffing, envelope stuffing, budgeting, and I'm like, let me look up this. It looks really cool. It looks like, it's a really good tool for budgeting, and I want to be a part of the trend, or a part of the movement, or a part of, I don't know how you say it, a part of like the lifestyle. So I happened to look it up. It involved cash envelopes and cash and writing on a budget and planning things out and saving for things you want and saving for the future. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, this is something I want to start doing, because, when you get to a certain point in your life, you're like, you know what? Yes, there's things you want. But if you just go out and get everything you want right away, you won't have money for the things that you need. So I'm kind of like at a crossroads where I'm like, okay, I want this, I need this, I need this, I want this. They can coexist in my world, but there needs to be a balance of the money for these things. So I got started and I started looking on Etsy, and that's where I basically went. When I want things that are like customed or designed, I go to Etsy. That's when I did my planners. I went on Etsy and went crazy, and I don't really plan like that anymore, but I'm probably gonna get back into it knowing I'm gonna be budgeting and things. Maybe I'll be able to reincorporate that back into my world, my life. So I went on Etsy. Etsy is expensive as crap. I love and support all the Etsy creators on Etsy. They're amazing for what they do and how they put their products out there. But if you only want one or two things that are not that expensive, the shipping is what gets you. And I know a lot of them you buy so many, you get shipping discounts or free shipping, but I'm not planning on going to Etsy and spending $30 for something that I may or may not, have wanted to use. And this is when I first started out. So I was like, okay, there's got to be other ways you can do this. So I went to my favorite store, Dollar Tree, and I found this little guy. This is the Dollar Tree like file folder, expanding file folder. This is like the little thin one. Now, I'm gonna go through everything that I started with, and I'm gonna tell you in the end, like where I'm at now, why we're here, where we're at. And excuse the hair, I kind of just got through working out, so you know, I'm a little bit of a hot mess. But anyway, this is where we started, and I got some stickers from Walmart, and this one says like a boss, so I thought it was really cute, and it was purple, and so it is a plastic all-around folder. It has a little tab here, you flip it open, and you have your folders. I started out with car, entertainment, copay, Christmas, gas, retail, and groceries. Okay, so looking at the first one, grocery, and all these are basically the same, so I'll just show you like a few. It's really open. It's like an open design. There's no like closure to keep the money really secure. I don't think, I mean, I really didn't think the money was secure in here. Change, definitely not. So basically all of them are like that, except for at the end, you get a 3 folder. You get a 3, like a really long folder. So at the end, I taped a side down to be able to have entertainment, car, and copay. Now this is great if I'm doing sinking funds. If I'm doing sinking funds, this would be perfect. This can stay at my house, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. This would be perfect, and I would just be able to go about my day. And it's very thin, so it is very easy to slip into your purse and slip out. But once the money gets, you know, full, it's gonna be like, you know, this thing is very flimsy. It seems to me it's plastic with $1. I don't necessarily trust, especially the coins. Come on, you're asking for it. You're literally asking for it. So I tried this with like some change I had in my wallet just to see how it would look, and it's see-through. Even though it is purple and it's not all the way clear, it is see-through. So it is easy to spot if someone's digging through your purse. Oh, this has money in it. Bloop. And it's so easy to just walk off with. It doesn't make any noise really. There's no like zipper function or snap function that would alert you that someone's taking this. So this is very easy to lose. You drop it, you know, if it doesn't go all the way in your purse, it falls out. It's very like a slick plastic, not slippery, but you know, if you're not careful, this is not, I wouldn't recommend this. Now, some people have gotten these and they work for them. I personally would not recommend this if you're like me and you want to have something secure, because you're not just taking out $10, $20, you're taking out hundreds of dollars if you're doing half and half, or if you're doing zero budgeting, which means everything that you make comes out and you sort it, then you're definitely going to have more than, you know, just a little chump change lying around. So this is what we started with. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was no, not working for me. So then I moved on to this system. This system here worked for a little bit, like the one day, and that was it. Let me break down this system here. This is my budget book. I made this budget book on my own. I didn't go and get like, Happy Planner has a budget book that I should have gotten, but like they have a lot of places for like different expenses. I don't have that many expenses to have the need for a actual budget book. So I made my own so I could customize it. I got all my stickers again from Walmart. It was like a sticker pack, so I used multiple stickers. And this one says make goals and keep them. I made a little exercise book in the same color with the same print on the front. And I just taped it down so the sticker would stay longer. Opening it up here, I have my front cover, and it had basically some quotes in my master budget here. So I just look at this at a quick glance, and then I put budget planner on here. These are all my updated budgets because I revamped it because I was noticing my store gives discounts. My grocery store chain here gives discounts, but you have to have like the employee discount card to get like a really good discount, which is 10% off your your total purchase. And they have coupons. I don't work for the grocery store. I can use their discount card when my mom goes to the grocery store because my dad works for the grocery store. He has the discount card. She gets one. He only gets two per household, so she got one. He got one. So I don't work for the grocery store. I don't get a discount card, so I don't really get a discount like that. So that's why I rebudgeted my budget, because I go to the grocery store and I don't have a card, then I am paying full price for my items. But I am going to look into, and I'm going to see which one is better. I don't think we have a Sam's anymore, but I am going to look into getting a Costco card. That's going to be another video down the line. We'll talk about that, so stay tuned. So if you flip into my budget planner, it is the Exceed planner. It's actually like a daily planner for you to use for daily planning. It has like dates and times, and then it has different months. And I was really writing really well with this pen. I think it is the Sharpie pen. I need to get another one of those. Those really write well, so I think I might keep using that. Or I might go with the, I think it's the Pilot Friction. I think it's a friction erase pens. I like that one too. So this has like the little days of the week or months or whatever, months and the days. And so I was basically just putting when I got paid. But I didn't actually put like a date number here, like, so it's just like 14th payday or something like that. It just says payday. So that was kind of confusing. I should have probably did that. I put flowers here. I made like little stickers and stuff on my own. And then skipping that is basically like your weekly days here. You can write down stuff for the week, and then it's just bulleted on this side. So I used this to write down my grocery list. And then this is what I needed to budget out for the week. Or not for the week, for the month, or for the 2 weeks, or whatever that I was doing. I was going to do it every 2 weeks. So this is what for the first paycheck, this is what I was budgeting out. And I budgeted 40 for grocery, 30 for gas, 20 for retail, 10 for birthday and Christmas, 15 car, 15 for copay, 35 is going to go to my Cash App for my online shopping, and then that was going to be it, basically. So it's going to be about $160 taken out. Oh, and $5 for vacation. So I was going to save it for my vacations and for my birthdays. Now, vacation is not for the actual trip. Like, I really don't go anywhere. I go to Tennessee, haven't been able to go due to COVID. But, usually that's where I go. So just to have extra money to be able to go shopping or whatever on my vacation would be nice. Birthday and Christmas, of course, that's a year-round expense. There's people I like to get gifts for, or if I'm just, thinking of you randomly, want to send you a gift, it'd fall into the birthday and Christmas category. I would like to be able to have money at the end of the year for Christmas so that I'm not spending a few dollars at the dollar store. I like getting dollar gifts. That's great. Dollar store has really nice gifts sometimes for the kiddos. Sometimes they get like name brand toys that are like marked all the way down. That's great, but I would like to be able to get them one like really nice gift from like the store of Walmart or Target or something like that, instead of going, okay, here's a bag full of dollar items. And I'm not saying I'm not saying there's a problem with that. Gifts are from the heart. You took time out to pick them out. That's great. The kids love them. Kids love whatever you give them. I understand that. But, a boss move would be able to say you got one really nice gift from a store here. Maybe something they really wanted that they haven't been getting or they couldn't get or whatever. Okay, you gift them that. Something really nice from the heart. So I would love to budget for that too. If there's something that I want for Christmas that I really think, I really want this, that would be nice to budget for. So there's all types of things this can do. This is just my budget for me. There's a lot of things that I like to do, so this is my budget for me. Of course, depending on your household size and stature, you're going to need more, money taken out or kept in or whatever for whatever need be. Now, a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just do if you're going to do that, do it with your debit card and say, okay, a lot, this, that, and the third, and figure it out that way. You really don't want to have the debit card thing be the only method of Dave Ramsey. For me, personally, I don't want it to be that way. People say do the zero budgeting. Now let's talk about zero budgeting. And what is zero budgeting? Zero budgeting is, let's say you make $400 a month. Okay, every month. You make $400 or you make $800. Yeah, let's say you make $800 a month. You make $400 for your first check, $400 for your second check. All of that money would be coming out. So you take the first $400 out, you budget that and allot it where you're going to allot it. And then your other $400 would be allotted where you're going to allot it. And you would never use your debit card. Some people have gone as far as say they just cut their card up. So when they get paid, they go to the bank, they pull it all out. And I cannot do that. I cannot fully budget that way where I take everything out. Everything has a space because it does not have a space. I personally do not feel comfortable with that. This last year, and I think it was earlier this year. Yes, last year and then earlier this year, I did have 2 tire blowouts. So I had a tire blowout last year and a tire blowout this year. And so having to get those replaced was, I had the money for it. It wasn't like I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have the money for it. The first tire that did get blown out, I had to get rims put on because I drove on the tire that was blown out trying to make it to the discount tire, and I busted my rim, which, don't ever do that. Call somebody to tow your car. That, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more money, but we probably could have saved like $400 on rims had I would have just called and paid like $90 to get it towed up there. Would have been a lot safer and a lot better than, But yeah, so I basically balled my tire, which wasn't good, but there's that. So I would like to be at a budget in for that next time. So that's why I have a car maintenance thing slot for that, because you start budgeting for that. If something comes up with your car, you have a little bit of money saved up. So you're not like, oh my gosh, where's all the money going to come from? You have a little bit saved, so you can put that and then plus whatever else you would need. So you're like kind of offsetting, full purchase, because there's times in the past where I have made purchases that have left me for a good week and a half on like $10. And it was because, I had to get the purchase done quickly. It's something I really had wanted. And, I knew it was going to kind of put me in a hole for a week and a half. But, I had saved up and this and that, but I didn't save past the purchase. And that's what I think Dave Ramsey is going to help people do, help me do, is save past the purchase. So if I decide, okay, I want to go and get, let's just say people are buying these PS5s. I don't want one, obviously, but, I have a PS3. It still works. It's great. But people are buying PS5s. If I were to go out and buy one right now, yes, I have the funds for that, obviously. But that's like what, $400, $500 for a P? I think, or maybe it's $200. I don't know. It's not cheap. Okay, so let's say I had $400 in my account and I was gonna go buy the PS4 or PS5, whatever the case may be. And let's just say, I don't know how much it is. Let's just say it was like $350 or $400 or something. It was in those price ranges. Probably not. I'm not sure. Look it up. Don't quote me on it. But anyway, and I would just go, okay, I'm gonna swipe the card and get what I wanted. That's great. But now, I got $50 up to my name for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, whatever the case may be. And it's like, So when you Dave Ramsey, you've saved over time. You may not get it right then. You may not get it next week. You may not get, and honestly, you can save as little or as much as you want. If you want to put $100 in there, and that way you only have 3 or 4 more months to get it, because it's $300, you get it in 2 more months, or about 2 more months, or another month. That's great. If you want to put $100 each check in there for that, and you want to go ahead and just balls to the wall, go get it. That's great. Or if you want to, $10, slowly save, then that's great too. But you're saving past the purchase. So then, when you decide to go and put the money down for that, you either have it all saved, or you have enough saved to where if you do use your card to get put the other half down, you're not sitting there, okay, now I'm zero in the bank, and now I'm like, oh no, what did I do? And you're not able to enjoy your purchase because now you're saying, I don't have the money for this now or this now. So you're saving past the purchase, past the thing that you wanted. So this is obviously just my budget. I budgeted for this. Some things have changed. I've done a little bit of changing. Obviously, my grocery is now going to be $50. It was $40, but it's going to be $50 because grocery prices have went up a little bit. Times are getting a little bit crazy with the virus. If they shut down again, you want to make sure you have enough groceries in your house to, sustain yourself for, the time you have to sustain yourself. That's why I really do think a Costco card would be beneficial, because you go to Costco, you can get bulk of something and have those things saved. You save a little bit more. Yeah, you pay a little bit more, but you also save a little bit more with what you get. The quality and the quantity, I think, is what Costco is kind of we're at with that. So then gas is still $30. Gas is pretty cheap right now. I do only really try to put 10 in the tank. That gives me like almost a full tank. A little bit over half, but almost a full tank. I don't really try to go anywhere except for work and a few other places. So if I only put 10 in the tank, I know, okay, I only can go to work, I only can go here, and I only can go here. And that'll last me until, next time I put gas in the tank. I'm not trying to put gas in the tank every day. So that's what I do. I'm not sure how healthy that is for your car. Someone want to, research that for me and let me know. Feel free. But that's just what I do for me. Birthday and Christmas is still going to be 10. Car is still going to be 15. Now, car and gas are interchangeable for me. Okay? Gas is gas and it'll always stay gas. But car can change from car to gas. Why? Well, because if push comes to shove and something happens, let's say I've been going to work, but I also needed to go across town to go to our headquarters for training or for picking up something, that's not really allotted in the gas budget, because it's like, oh, well, you've just been going here, here, and here, and this is how much gas you need to get these places, but now you have to go, further out. You put the other 2 tens in your tank. Well, let's say a couple days later, you had to go somewhere else, and now you're kind of, needing gas. Well, you got the car budget, take a little from that and plop it in your tank. So car can interchange to gas, but gas can't interchange to car because gas needs to just stay gas. But car has double meaning because your gas is part of your car. Copay is 15. I do go to the doctor like not once a month, but when I do go for my gastric bypass checkups and things, it is 35. So I can get 15 and 15 is about 30. I don't go every month, so I would have enough saved to use it for copay. And also copay translates to pills. I get medicine from them like once a month because I have to take the medicine for life. So I basically could pay for my medicine, like that. And then again, if I don't have it all for that month or for when I need to go get the pills, I can obviously offset it from my debit card, and I wouldn't be like, oh no, now I'm hurting. I would be cool and safe. Online, it's just gonna be 15. I was gonna do 35, but I'm just gonna keep it at 15. It's gonna help me really be mindful of what I really want online, because there's a lot of things I want offline, but it's gonna really make me be mindful of what I really want. And there's certain things that I want that I can hold off on, and certain things that I really, really, really want, and I just really have to have it, that I can just go for. So it'll really help me be a little bit more mindful. Personal is 15. Personal to me is like, someone at work had a birthday, or if, something comes up that it's personal to me. Personal could really be anything. It could really be gas, grocery, car copay, if it's whatever I chose it to be. And then vacation is also going to stay 5. Vacation's going to stay 5 because we're not going on vacations right now. I don't need to put too much into that fund, but when I do start to go on vacations again, to Tennessee or whatever, it'd be nice to have a little extra money in the pocket to be able to not feel like, oh my gosh, I got to be so mindful when I'm out. Because there's certain people, I'm just going to, that when they go out, well, they like to shop till they drop, and I love to do that. But I also like to find deals. So I would like to have a little extra cushion underneath me to know, okay, if I go on a vacation for a week and I shop till I drop, well, I use my vacation money and then I used a little bit off the cart, but I'm not going back to the real world, basically, post-vacation, going, okay, now I don't have money to get my food for groceries, things like that, my medicine that I needed, now I'm not sitting there scrambling to figure out what am I going to do. So Dave Ramsey is really a good budgeting tool to help with that. Also, let's talk about the second, I stopped using this. I'm going to probably start back using it a little bit when I get my new setup, and I will explain that in the next video. So stay tuned for that. I should be filming that tomorrow, Wednesday. I think I'm going to try to get this one uploaded today so that tomorrow's video can go up for tomorrow, and it'll be great. So let's talk about the second setup. The second setup I decided to use. Now, I also carry a wallet. My wallet is roughly about this size, maybe like a little bit, roughly about this size, but it's a little bit like out. So it's not that big, but it's not big enough to hold envelopes. I got it from Walmart for $10 for my birthday last year, and I really, really, really like it. So I'm kind of sad to see it go. Not go completely, but like I won't necessarily be using it because the thing I'm getting is going to be the new wallet type situation. Yes. And that is why I cannot zero budget. Zero budget means having no debit card, no plastic, no nothing attached to your Dave Ramsey. I can't do that because, again, like I said, if push comes to shove and something happens, like a tire blows out, I need extra supplement of income. which would be on debit card, which means, you know, I need that on me because if something happens, I'm not gonna try to scramble to get all this money together to do that. So no, leave it at home, can't happen. Take it with me, has to happen. And so even if I do use the Dave Ramsey, I'm going to make sure I am very mindful of what I am swiping the card for. If it is a major emergency, like tire blows out, or I, you know, have a wreck or something, God forbid. But if, you know, if it's something major that I definitely would need extra funds for because I don't have it all saved Dave Ramsey, then I will definitely, you know, do what I need to do. But I'm going to be very mindful that I'm not just, groceries for $150 today. Oh, it's only supposed to be 50. Okay, I'll just swipe for the other 100. No, what did I pick up? Did I pick up a whole bunch of nonsense, or did I pick up stuff I actually was going to need? You know, things I'm going to eat. Things, you know, am I going to, you know. So it's going to really make me more conscious. More conscious. Now, obviously, if I go to Costco, that's going to have to be like, you know, probably a look-see. If I ever do the Costco, it's one time you pay for the $60 for the 1 year, and like you keep paying every year $60, whatever the case may be. I think that's how it is. I would definitely have to go and look around Costco before I, you know, did that purchase to check their prices. They give you coupons in the little coupon mailer too. So I would definitely like compare pricing before I just went and like, you know, but I love doing like vitamin waters and like tea, like already bottled teas. So I would love to probably get those in bulk because that is something I drink. You know, I drink Powerade Zeros. That could probably be done in bulk. You know, there's certain things that I actually staples that I use on the daily that if I can get them in bulk would be great. So let's get on to the second thing that I started to use for Dave Ramsey. It is this expanding file pin and gear file folder thing from Walmart. This is actually the second one I got. The first one I kind of messed up on the labeling, so I think I chucked it. Couldn't find the original, but this is the exact same one. So it does this. It opens up and it files like this. And so you can put your cash in here. It has all these little tabs. So you can make multiple tabs, whatever you need them for, and have them to go. Downside of this is this little clasp right here. Okay, change can fit, but if you tip it, there's enough space where change can possibly fall out. And I'm a nervous shopper. When I'm at the register, I don't like to be rushed. So if I'm sitting there attempting to put the rest of my cash back in its right slot, and then have to fumble because the one I had picked up was literally a fumble. I had to fumble and couldn't get it to close, and it was a nightmare. Okay, imagine being in the store with some people behind you, especially with this virus going around. People, you know, are crazy and hectic, and so you're trying to like do this, and people are behind you. Come on, you know, it's a lot. So I really don't want to have to deal with that doing this thing with this going on. And so even before that, because I started 2019, the end of the year, I tried it for like a day or two, and I was kind of like fumbling with it. And then if it doesn't, you think it's closed, but it doesn't get closed, and you shove it in your purse, or if it catches onto something in your purse and it tips, all your money and coins will fall. And I didn't really care for that design. It's a nice design. Some people do it. Now, what I really like the one that has like you see this band right here, this little stretchy band. They make some like that have the band that go around it, and it would keep it secure. But I really don't care for that either because this is also one of those things where you can just pull it out and be done, and no one would know. So this is what I was carrying, along with this, and then a wallet. This is all into my purse. This is like a lot of hardware to carry for this one simple Dave Ramsey, you know, budgeting thing. So my new setup, and I'm just going to briefly touch on it, is going to be basically everything in one. And so tomorrow, check back, and you're going to see what I got. We're going to go in depth with it. I'm actually going to do the first Dave, I think I'm going to actually get to do the first cash flow stuffing with you guys in the video. So stay tuned for that. But Dave Ramsey, you know, it's what you make of it. Obviously, if you want to do this and it works for you, great. If you try it and it doesn't work for you, that's great too. There's a lot of things out there that you can do to help you stay on the right track. I'm doing this for me because I know that I want to start becoming fiscally comfortable with money. Like, I want to say, okay, you know what, I have a budget for this, a budget for this, a budget for this, a budget for this, da, 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 da. Because things are going to happen and come up in your life that you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And if you can handle them without worrying about where it's coming from, you're on the right path. So if you guys want to come along on the journey of with me, Dave Ramsey, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be on top every week doing a video. Okay? You know, I may go the first month, you know, doing videos. Then next month I may do it just the first time, you know, check in once a month or whatever to see where we're at. But it will be happening. You will see a progress with me. I will do check-ins. I will, you know, if I get my Instagram going for this, I will start Instagramming the stuff. It will, you know, Instagram probably is quicker way to do it because it's quick post versus sitting down and doing a whole video to get it put up there. But this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going with this. We're going to try it out. We're going to see if we like it. If we don't like it, we're going to figure it out. We're going to make it work. This is not going to be something that we just give up on. And yes, you're wondering, why are you going to do such that? Easy. You still can go to your bank. It's essential business. You put your mask on, you go in, you get what you need to get, and you get the heck on out of there. Yes, there's a coin shortage. I understand that. There is a coin shortage. I get that part. But if you go to self-checkout, you put your thing in, they're going to give you coins back. If you go to the register, they're going to give you coins. They have coins. Yes, I'm not saying, you know, this is going to be vital for, everybody in the world doing it. No, obviously they're going to run out of coins. But if, you know, 2 or 3 people are doing it, you know, and you make it that one cashier that's like, oh, you don't have exact change. Come on, dude. Sorry. Just apologize. Say sorry and go about your day. You know, you're doing something that's going to fiscally help you out. So, you know, do what makes you comfortable, do what makes you happy, and do something that's going to help you. It's going to put you on the map. Because if you start doing it and your family sees, oh my gosh, you know, this is really working for her. She's really coming into it with this. She's really actually making this work for her. You know, then they'll start saying, okay, this is working for her. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe it'll work for me. And find a side hustle. Because that's also how you bring more income in. Find a side hustle. My side hustle might be doing Poshmark, may or may not be. We'll see. I'll talk about that some later date. I was thinking about that. Like, that's what someone was saying. Find a side hustle to be able to have supplemental income from what you're also making with a check. We'll see. The way the world's going right now, who knows what's gonna happen. But yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side. Love you like family.